climate in the Arctic is rising at twice the rate of the global average, which is leading to significant reductions in sea ice extent, which not surprisingly is then leading to a rapid increase in shipping traffic through the Canadian Arctic related to tourism traffic, resource development, fishing, as well as community resupply. My name is Jackie Dawson, and I'm the Director of the Environment, Society and Policy Research Group at the University of Ottawa in the Department of Geography, Environment and Geomatics. So our group is working in direct partnership with the Canadian Coast Guard on the Corridors Initiative. We've been working with communities and the shipping industry, as well as other researchers, to basically broker knowledge, bring together all ways of knowing so that the corridors can be the most effective that they can be.
There's been an increase in shipping over the past couple of decades, and it was becoming apparent that there was a need for a way to govern that shipping. At the same time, community members were starting to express concerns about the increase in shipping. So the Northern Marine Transportation Corridors were developed in response to some of those challenges.
So recently the federal government, through the Canadian Coast Guard, Transport Canada, and the Canadian Hydrographic Service, has created what they're calling the Northern Marine Transportation Corridors, or low-impact corridors.
What are low-impact shipping corridors? They're specified routes within the Arctic where we provide our navigational support and emergency response capacity to ensure safer navigation while respecting the ecological and cultural significance of the marine environment. While these corridors are not mandatory, there is an incentive for mariners to use them, as they'll be equipped with the necessary navigational support and emergency response capacity to ensure their safe navigation.
So now, because of the work that our lab has been doing, there'll also be Inuit knowledge that's being infused into the development and management of the corridors.
One of the major things we're doing is working with Inuit communities to infuse Inuit voices into federal policy around shipping corridors, specifically identifying sensitive and significant cultural marine sites where Inuit engage in hunting activities, subsistence activities, or that are just important to their community, making sure that those areas are fully considered within the corridors and respected within the corridor system.
Ships are traveling and interrupting where I get my food, where I travel to go camping, and where my ancestral history began and where my core identity lives.
So can you tell me about the importance of those cracks a little bit more?
Well, one thing that I think is great about the Transportation Corridors Initiative is that there are so many types of knowledge that are being combined to develop and to manage the corridors.
Leads go from typically land to land.
And I think it's really important that that continues in the future, that community members are included, science, policymakers, academics, because we can all bring together all of that knowledge and really work toward managing this complex problem.
I would like everyone to know that shipping is beneficial to us, but it also involves sensitive matters like the impacts it could create to our culture, our animals, and also involves the future of our children.
Canada is quickly becoming a global leader in oceans protection, marine management. Our new National Ocean Protection Plan is an example of that, of which the corridors fits perfectly within it. The Northern Marine Transportation Corridors and the OPP are really just a win-win-win for all stakeholders involved. It helps us preserve the marine environment, it helps us preserve Inuit and Northern culture, and it helps us support economic development through the shipping industry itself.